Hello everyone, I'm Claudia and I will be presenting Belgium. Then Eduardo will compare it with Greece and finally Paula with Russia. These are the main features of Belgium. Its population reaches nearly the 12 million inhabitants and in its comparison to the world, Belgium possesses the 18th place. Belgium is 30,528 square kilometers in size, which equals about the size of Maryland. There are three main languages spoken in the whole country. The most common one, with a 60%, is Dutch. The 40% of the population speaks French, and a minority, around the 2%, speaks German. Belgium's GDP per capita is for 46,600 US dollars. Okay, so Belgium is a federal parliamentary democracy state under a constitutional monarchy. Belgium became independent in 1830. Between 1970 and 1993, the country evolved into a more efficient federal structure. This occurred through 5 state reforms, the last one taking place in 2001. As a result, the first article of the Belgian constitution reads today, Belgium is a federal state composed of communities and regions. Belgium has three regions: the Flemish region, the Brussels Capital Region, and the Walloon region. The regions have powers and fields that are connected with the region in the broadest sense. Its constitution entered into force in 1832 and was lastly revised in 1993. Belgium has a civil law system based on comprehensive legal codes and laws rooted in Roman law and also based on the French Civil Code. The federal legislative power of the state is vested in King Philip and the Belgian Parliament, comprising two houses, the Chamber of Representatives and the Senate. The federal executive power of the state is exercised by King Philip and the federal government, which consists of Prime Minister Sophie Wilms, its ministers, and secretaries of state. The government ensures that the laws are applied and that they are respected. The judiciary is composed of judges and magistrates who are independent and cannot be removed, except in some limited circumstances. The Council of Ministers is formally appointed by the monarch, and the monarchy is hereditary and constitutional. In legislative elections, the leader of the majority party or majority coalition is usually appointed prime minister by the monarch and then approved by parliament. Okay, so I divided Belgium's main political parties in two different groups. The first group is the Flemish parties that are represented in parliament. Here we have the New Flemish Alliance party in the center right to the right wing, the Christian Democratic and Flemish party in the center to the center right, the Open Flemish Liberals and Democrats in the center right, the Flemish Interest Party in the right wing to far right, the Groen Party in the center left to the left wing, and the Socialist Party differently, in the center left. The second group is the French-speaking parties in parliament. Here we have the Socialist Party in the far left, the Reformist Movement Party in the center to the center right, the Humanist Democratic Center Party in the center to the center left, and finally the Ecolo Party in the left wing. So lastly, this is Belgium's current Prime Minister. She assumed office the 27th of October 2019. She's also the first female being head of government of Belgium. She's the leader of the Reformist Movement political party, and she's also member of the Police Council. And her political actions are always guided by liberal values. Her greatest interests are financial matters, work and life balance, gender equality, education, and support for the sick and elder people.
Good afternoon, fellow students. My name is Eduardo Uranga, and today I will be talking about Greece. The Hellenic Republic has a total population of 10.7 million inhabitants, It occupies a total area of 131,957 square kilometers. The GDP per capita in Greece is currently at 18,613.42 US dollars, and the official language of the country is Greek. So, the Hellenic Republic is a unitary parliamentary republic which gained its independence from the Ottoman Empire in 1822. The current constitution of Greece was drafted in June the 11th, 1975. Another important fact to mention is that Greece is a civil law state. Therefore, the constitution is the supreme law of the land. So as for the executive power, Greece has Katerina Sakellari as its head of state, who's been in office since October 2019. Then, as Prime Minister, it's Kyriakos Mitsotakis, who's been on the post since July in 2019. So it's really important to talk about Greece's current electoral system, which since 2012 has been called the reinforced proportionality. This type of electoral system gives a semi-proportional representation and a 50-seat majority bonus to the party who got the most votes during elections. These elections take place every 5 years and they are renewable ones. Then, last but not least, we have the different political parties represented in the Greek parliament. First of all is the left wing, represented by the Coalition of Radical Left, otherwise known as Syriza, the Movement of Change, or KINAL, the Greek Communist Party, or KKE, and Mera 25, or simply Mera. Then is the right wing, represented by New Democracy, ND, Golden Dawn, or XA, and the Greek Solution, or EL. Thank you so much for your attention. This was it. Cheers.
Now we are going to talk about Russia, which is a country that appeared after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. Russia became a centralized authoritarian state under the government of Vladimir Putin since 2000, who has based his government on media propaganda and police repression. The main features about Russia is its population, which is 145 million around. In comparison to the world, it's the 9th country with the biggest amount of population. The languages which speak in Russia is the Russian as official language with 85.7%, Tatar 3.2%, and Chechen 1%. The size in the area is very huge because Russia is one of the biggest countries of the world. It's 17 million square kilometers, the total, and it comes with 16 million kilometers of land and water, 720 square kilometers. The GDP per capita of this country is 27,900. In 2017 estimated, which is the real GDP of the country between the population. The Russian Federation is a semi-presidential federation formed by 46 provinces, 21 republics, 4 autonomous okrugs, 9 krays, 2 federal cities, and 1 autonomous oblast. Its independence from the Soviet Union, as I said, in 25 December of 1991, Constitution drafted in 12 July of 1993, and finally effective in 25 December of 1993. Its legal system is a civil law system based on judicial review of legislative acts. The Russian executive power comes with its chief of state, which is President Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. Since 7 May 2012, it was the last time in which he was elected, but the elections, President directly elected by absolute majority popular vote in 2 rounds, if needed for a 6-year term. And the last election celebrated on 18 March in 2018. next to be held in March 2014. Head of government is the Premier Mikhail Mishustin since 16 January of 2020. First deputy premiers. The cabinet, the government is composed of the premier, his deputies and ministers, all appointed by the president. The premier is also confirmed by the Duma. Now, the main political parties with us in Russia are six. Adjust Russia, its leader is George Sergei Mironov, is a center-to-center-left party. Civic Platform, Ryabov Saidudinov, center-to-center-right. The Communist Party of the Russian Federation, or CPRF, Gennady Tsiganov, left-wing to far-left. Liberal Democratic Party of Russia, or LDPR, Vladimir Zhirinovsky, right-wing to far-right, and the United Russia, which is the party of Vladimir Putin, the party of the government, with ideology is Big Ten. And then finally we have the Rodina, with Alexei Dukaralov, right-wing to far-right. Now we are going to talk about Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, who has served president since 7 May 2012. Well, but he was in the government since 2000. Studied law at Leningrad State University, worked as a KGB foreign intelligence officer for 16 years. Under Putin's leadership, Russia has experienced democratic backsliding, with sitting pures and jailing of political opponents, curtailed press freedom, and the lack of free and fair elections. Human rights organizations and activists have accused Putin of persecuting political critics and activists, as well as ordering them tortured or assassinated. He always rejected this accusation of human rights abuses. Officials of the United States government have accused him of leading an interference program against Hillary Clinton campaign in support of Donald Trump during the U.S. presidential election in 2016. Now we are going to talk about the main differences we found between the three countries. And the main is the type of government, because in Belgium we found a federal parliamentary democracy under constitutional monarchy. In Greece we have parliamentary republic, and in Russia is a semi-presidential federation. As we explained before, each one is very different from the others. Thank you for all.